Just about everybody figures that if you're going to turn prospects into customers, you've got to apply some urgency. But our guest in this episode of Highway to Sell will explain that maybe sometimes you can actually use service to create sales. I'm Jay Baer, go-to-market expert, customer experience, and marketing author. Welcome to Highway to Sell, brought to you by Demandbase, the leaders in smarter go-to-market. Rory Vaden joins us in this episode. Rory is a longtime sales genius, multiple best-selling book author, Hall of Fame keynote speaker, and co-founder of the Brand Builders Group. Rory, welcome to the show.
Jay, great to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
Delighted that you took the time. Thank you. Look, you've been in sales for a long time. You've advised thousands and thousands of sales professionals in your career. What's the mistake that they typically make when they're trying to close a deal?
Yeah, it's really simple. It's that we operate from a self-centered perspective of trying to make a sale. And so what happens is we apply too much pressure, right? We want the sale, we want the commission, we want to bring the thing to a close. And so we're operating out of our own self-interest. But when you're in that posture of operating out of your own self-interest, what you don't realize that you're doing is that you are, by nature and definition, creating an adversarial relationship. It is you against the prospect, and you are the one creating the wall there, the barrier between the two of you, which actually does the exact opposite of what you want. It slows down the sale. It elongates the decision-making process. It increases the likelihood that they'll tell you things like, "Oh, I just need to talk about it with somebody else," or "We need to look at budgets," or, just give you some form of the procrastination objection. So when you are self-centered, you actually accomplish the opposite of making the sale happen faster.
And clients or prospective clients can feel those vibes, right? It's like dogs can smell fear. Like they can pick up the vibes when you need to get this deal closed. And as you said,
Yeah.
Oftentimes it hurts you, doesn't help you.
They call it commission breath. I mean, that's a term for it. It's like, "Oh, you got commission breath." Yeah, I mean, you can feel that anytime,
Yeah.
in any place, right? Even if you're, if someone's trying to make a dating advance on you, like if somebody's operating in their own self-interest, it stinks. It reeks of it, and it is the rank that unfortunately a lot of salespeople carry, and a lot of horrible sales training advice that's been out there that is so old school and outdated, that's being taught by people who sold things 25, 30 years ago and haven't sold anything since, is this idea of always be closing, and if you're not the one that is making the sale, then you got sold. Like, that stuff is not what's going to build a reputation. And if you don't have a great reputation, then long term you're not going to have revenue.
No doubt. So, the show's called Highway to Sell. The idea is how to convert prospects to sales with greater speed and acceleration, discussing what we just talked about with commission breath. So what's the antidote to that? What's your advice?
Yeah, so I'm going to give you something that we call the pressure-free promise. This is both a tactical thing that you say, and also a psychological part of your mindset that becomes a mantra that moves you in the right direction. I mean, the short answer here is that you want to shift from being self-centered to what we call service-centered selling. So our curriculum, Pressure-Free Persuasion, is this new way of selling, which is not self-centered, but service-centered. Now, one of the tactical ways to do that is to use this phrase that we call the pressure-free promise. And the pressure-free promise is predicated upon the idea that my job isn't to make a sale. My job is to win the relationship, and that I need to be focused on winning the relationship, even if it means I have to lose the sale. And the way that I win the relationship is that I take the posture not of trying to make the sale, not of trying to close, not of trying to get more commission. I just take the posture and the stance of what truly is in the best interest of the customer. And what that allows me to do is move from an adversarial role to a partnership role. It's kind of like, instead of being on opposite sides of the table, I come around and I'm sitting next to them. So the language that we use for this, which is what the pressure-free promise actually is, there's different variations of how you can say it, but it would sound something like this. It would say, "Hey, Jay, I want to let you know up front that my goal and my job is not to sell you something. I truly see my role as a facilitator, and I'm only here to help you decide what is the best solution for you. And I want to let you know right now that if what I have isn't the right fit for you, I want to give you permission to tell me no. I want to invite you to tell me no. In fact, I might even help you tell me no. Um, and because I don't want to talk you into something that isn't the right fit for you. What I want to do is help you understand what it is, and on the contrary, if it is the right fit for you, I want to also give you permission to say yes. I'm going to encourage you to make a decision quickly if it is the right fit for you. So if it is, great, let's do it. We'll make it happen and we can move quickly. If it's not, we should know right away and let's not do it. So I just want to help you figure out what is best for you. Does that sound good?
It's amazing. It's this whole idea of, instead of forcing the yes, you're inviting the no. Talk about pressure free. That is absolutely, Rory. That is extraordinary. Rory Vaden, tell people how they can get more of your wisdom. Where would you like to direct our viewers?
Yeah, of course. I've got a couple books. You can go check them out on Amazon. I got a TED talk on how to multiply time, but I that went viral. But I would say go to roryvadenblog.com because you can get links to all of that, my social media, my podcast, whatever. Roryvadenblog.com would be the place to go.
Spectacular. There you go, friends. RoryVadenblog.com. Friends, that was Rory Vaden with incredibly great advice on how to be pressure free and yet accelerate sales. It almost seems counterintuitive, but it will absolutely work. Rory, thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure, my friend. Always, 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 always a treat to be with you. Thanks for having me.
You bet. Friends, tune in to the next episode of Highway to Sell for more great tips. Do me a favor, will you? Tell your friends about the show. Tell your colleagues as well. Until next time, for Demandbase, I am Jay Baer. Thanks for watching.